You know what menopause is? It's the moment when they send the invoice for all of the invisible labor that you've been doing all of your life. Most of your life, you have been functioning, over-functioning, anticipating what everybody else needs, what everybody else wants. You may be the woman or the person who holds everything together, who knows all the birthdays, the appointments, all of the things, the politics, the diplomacy amongst your family members. You may be carrying the invisible load of hundreds of people if you're in corporate. And so what happens in midlife is as our estrogen declines, we are unable to carry the same level of stress and anxiety. We've been able to muscle through it as younger women, and estrogen and childbearing and lots of other things like that help us to carry that load. But what happens? At a certain point, as our estrogen declines, we are simply unable and perhaps a little unwilling to continue to carry all of that. And what does that look like when you get tired of that and the invoice hits? Well, physically, when you get invoiced for it, you start feeling anxiety, fatigue, lack of sleep, restlessness, inability to stop the emotional churning, a sort of anxiety level that was kind of unknown before. The reason why this happens is that our body gets programmed in patterns, just like those patterns in the desert that you see up there. Our body gets programmed in patterns. After chronic adaptive stress for years and years, we get stuck in a rut. So the reason why I developed this system is for women because I'm concerned about the loss of energy in women at a certain stage of life. We need the intelligence, we need the heart, we need the knowledge of the women in this stage of life to remain intact so that we can share it with our loved ones and our family and so on and so forth. There are only 2 species on the planet whose women survive after reproductive years. I know you know that it's us, but do we really survive or do we thrive, right? And whales, isn't that fascinating? Most females actually die after they end their reproductive years. But for us, instead, there's this sort of phase shift where we're not exactly like what we used to be. And in order for women to understand how to make the best of the second half of their lives and how to get out of that chronic stress hamster wheel, we actually have to pull back for a minute and reassess, reevaluate, and learn to sort of adjust our programming little by little, okay? We're not suggesting anything grandiose, but little incremental habits that actually keep you out of that red zone where you're getting too many high RPMs and you're spinning in a rut. So let me pop you out of the rut.